Hi there, it's Terry from the Creative Bush Homestead. Welcome. I am going to go on holiday soon, so basically I thought I'd just do a little update of what I've been up to. At the moment, I have a couple of projects on the go. I have punch needle, I have mosaics, and I am crocheting granny squares to make a vest for myself. So I will be going approximately away for about 4 weeks, and I may be able to do a video while I'm away. We sometimes take off to a country town called Kew where we do some prospecting. Well, I don't actually do any prospecting, but Glenn likes to go and wave his magic wand around, as I call it. It's actually a metal detector or gold detector. And he goes out into the bush and he hopefully finds a bit of gold here and there. At the prices they are, gold is like nearly $3,000 an ounce Australian. Gosh, if he found a nugget, we'd be right. We'd be right for life. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But he enjoys it. It's his little getaway projects, and it relaxes him. And I just stay in the caravan park and basically do lots of crafting. So I will be taking a few crochet kits that I've bought. So I think there's a cat, a crocodile. No, it's a dinosaur, not a crocodile. And there's another one, I can't remember what it was, because I just found that if I take the kits, then I don't have to take all the wool with me. I've got a little story about taking wool away. Many years ago, we had quite a small van, and we were travelling over east, and I wanted to take as much wool as I could because I thought I would knit up a storm. So Glenn had these very large round, they were like big down pipes or big round PVC pipes that had caps on them. So basically I wrapped up as much wool as I had and put it all in brown paper, wrapped it all up into sets of what I thought I would need for knitting whatever item I thought I might need to knit, and I stuffed it all into these cylinders that went the length or the breadth of the van, actually, not the length of the van, but the breadth, the width of the van, which is about 8 foot. And I don't think I used one ball. I think we travelled for about 12 weeks around Australia, and I don't think I brought out one ball of wool. So basically that's probably all still in my stash in what I call my yarn room. So little lesson there is if I take kits, small kits, I don't need to carry all that wool with me. So I'll just take the kits. I also have some sketchbooks and some watercolour paints that I like to take with me. Not that I am an artist by any means, but if I get bored with crocheting, then I can actually just do a bit of painting. And then I also take a pair of socks on the go so that I can knit socks while we're driving. Well, Glenn will be driving. I will not be knitting and driving. That's not a very wise thing to do. And luckily we have circular needles now, because when we were travelling around Australia and I was knitting socks, I was using the 4 needles. And unfortunately, I would always drop a needle down the side of the chair. And of course, I couldn't, you've got to stop. You've got to stop, Glenn. I've got to find that needle. So we were forever pulling over, looking for these needles. Well, one needle that dropped down the side of the seats in the front of the car. So luckily, I found out about the magic loop, the magic loop, and knitted socks on a circular needle. So that saved a lot of grief with Glenn having to pull over so that I could find the needle that went astray. Okay, I might just pause and let you have a little look at what I'm punch needling at the moment. Well, I don't need to pause actually. I can just hold it up and show you. So this actually is a design that's meant to be cut out on my Cricut. So what I did was, I love foxes. You know, I'd have a pet fox if I could. I don't think I'd be very popular in the little area that we live in with people with chooks and things, you know, but I would love a fox. I think it started when I first saw All Creatures Great and Small, the original television version, and he had a pet fox, and I think that's where it started from. But needless to say, I love foxes. But okay, so this is actually the pattern and the back of where I'm pushing the punch needle through. And if I turn it around, you can actually see, look at that. How cute is that? That is just so darn cute. I'm loving it and I'm enjoying doing it. I won't be taking that with me because there's a lot of different colours that I need to take. Mind you, if I find a little space I can squeeze it into without Glenn knowing, because I've got to watch what I actually put in the van. He gets a bit anxious about weight. There is a reason for that. Another funny story about travelling in the van. The original van we had was only 16 foot and it was a pop-up, and we were going to travel around Australia, so we rented out the house. And I took my Galaxy sewing embroidery machine, so that was quite heavy because it was the original Galaxy, Super Galaxy it was called, and I took a whole lot of fat quarters and I took a lot of other crafts to do. And Glenn was getting very upset about the weight of all these fat quarters, so I thought, oh, I'll be very smart, and I pulled the mattress off my bed and I put all my fat quarters under the mattress. You know, I sort of put them all out and stacked them. So I had a very, very comfortable mattress. But unfortunately, with all that weight, it actually broke the axle on the caravan. Now, to give you an idea of how much weight I personally had in that caravan, I had to come home from the trip early because one of my children needed me, and I rented a house while our house was being rented. Glenn wanted to continue on his travels. That was fine. So we had flown over to watch our youngest daughter graduate from high school. And during that time, I found out that, you know, this other child needed me. So when I decided to stay, Glenn flew back to where the van was and he sent me all my stuff out of the van. Are you ready for this? It weighed 200 kilos. So you can understand why Glenn now vets everything I put into the van. If I could pull a craft room behind me, if we had a Winnebago or something like that, we wouldn't be towing a car behind us. We would be towing an extra craft room for me, because I get bored very easily. Hence, I have so many crafts on the go. So, okay, I've showed you my punch needle. I'm going to just pause you and I'll show you what I've been doing with the mosaics. Okay, so this is a rhinoceros. I haven't actually grouted it yet. It was just a white china statue that I found in an op shop. And I thought, oh, that'd look great, mosaicked. And I had shown in a previous video, maybe I hadn't, I can't remember now. But yeah, this actually is what they call a Fray Bentos pie tin. And I thought, oh, I'll do that too. And I'll also be doing inside. my idea is once I've got enough things mosaicked, I'll grout them all at once. So also at the op shop, I found this really, really lovely glass. I think it's a mini triarium. I'm sorry if it's not. I'm not very good at, I'm not a great cameraman. I'll get my, that's where I'm putting all my little pieces that I cut. So basically I thought, wow, that would look great mosaicked. So once again, I got this from the op shop. I've just started on a leaf, and obviously because it's an apple, it will be red. And I thought, try and get a better picture. I thought a nice little air plant would look good in that. So that's that. Also at the op shop, I found these globes. I've got 2 of them. Glenn's a bit distressed that I am actually covering a globe in mosaics, but I thought, no, I reckon this will look great once it's all mosaicked. So that's what I intend to do with that. Now, in my craft room, I originally had this idea of making some paperweights, and I had all these little pieces of, I have a turntable because that just helps me find things, and Glenn had some cement that was left over from something he was doing, and I thought, oh, I'll pour them into a silicone mould that you use for muffins, and then I'll just put some mosaics in it and see how we go. And I thought, oh, they're going to make perfect paperweights for my patterns. So that was my first attempt at mosaicing. And then obviously I found the Temu glass mosaics in the squares, and I ordered them, and that's what I've been using. I've also been doing some felt work too. I do love making things with felt. And unfortunately, one of my little bunnies, I'll just stand him up here. Oops, he's got a bit of a flower on him. Okay, so there's one little bunny that I've made, and I just think he's so cute, but I've got to make a little outfit for him. And then this is the girl. Isn't she just adorable? Simple pattern. I got it out of a Homespun magazine. I'll put that in the description box below. And yeah, I was really pleased with it, and it gave me an opportunity to use up a lot of felt that I have. So nothing much has changed in the craft room. Well, actually, this is a sewing room. I get a bit confused even with my own rooms at times. So back into here, and I'll just finish off with a little chat. Okay, so I'll finish off by saying that, yeah, there's a lot of things that I have on the go, and the reason I have them on the go is because Glenn sometimes interrupts me, and whatever I'm doing I might lose my mojo for and not want to go back and continue it. So I'll go and finish something else that I've started. So by having these little creative stations in different rooms all over the house, I can actually pick up something that I may have started, and that way I'm not losing interest in things so quickly and ending up with a lot of unfinished projects. I still have a few unfinished projects. I am not going to tell you how many. I don't even want to think about how many unfinished projects I have, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that does craft that also has unfinished projects. So basically, yeah, that's the way I've found it's best to move along in my day. Okay, so next time I speak to you, hopefully it'll be from Kew or wherever we've ended up, because touring with Glenn in the van is like a magical mystery tour. You just don't know where you're going to go or how long you're going to go for. And I just go along for the ride, keep him company, do a few crafts on the side, maybe get a sock or 2 knitted while he's driving. So we'll see where we go. Okay, hope everything's going well in your life, and please don't forget to click the like button. Well, it's actually a thumb, isn't it? It's a blue, it turns blue when you click it, which is great. And if you haven't subscribed, it would be great if you could subscribe, because you never know what I'm going to be up to next or what I'm going to be talking about. So look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now.